Today's discussion is judges recused from cases. What is recused from cases and why it is in the news? Okay. So in the last week, two Supreme Court judges, Justice Indira Banerjee, Justice Anuradha Bose, have recused themselves. What is the recused? Recused. So they refuse to hear. The word is recused, but it's like they step down from hearing the cases. A judge stepping down or disqualifying himself, saying that I will not hear this case. So that is what we mean by recuse. So recuse themselves from hearing cases related to it. So when the West Bengal cases have come before them, the judges have to hear. But instead of hearing, they said, no, we don't want to hear. And they recused in a way. So the word is recused. On June 21, that is day before yesterday, Delhi High Court Judge Anup Bambani recused himself from hearing a plea by the digital media houses challenging the validity of the rules, IT rules regulating internet. So you see, another honorable judge of the Delhi also refused. His name Anup Bambani. He said that no, I will not hear this case. It has come before me, IT rules case. I will not hear. He declined to hear, conduct proceedings. He stepped down, calling himself disqualified. I don't want to hear, and he stepped down. And the matter was again brought to the notice of Chief Justice, and they in turn again gave it on to another judge. So this is what we mean by the recused. Why does a judge recuse? Let's see. What does it? Do they have a choice? Can they say, I don't want to hear this case? I want to hear this case. Do they have a choice? Is something, some rules are there about which condition to be recused and which condition should not be recused. Why recuse at all? Why refuse to conduct proceeding? Why refuse to hear the case that has come before them? Why they are stepping down from hearing the case? Okay. So why, whenever there is a conflict of interest, a judge can withdraw from hearing the case to prevent creating a perception that he can have a bias, okay, while deciding the case. So whenever there is a conflict of interest, what is the meaning of conflict of interest? Supposing I am a party to that matter that has come before me. So I may, because it is related to me, I may be biased. So this judge may feel that there is a conflict of interest. On one hand, I am a judge. On the other hand, the matter before me is of some, let us say, financially benefiting to me, or has some important property, or certain benefits, or something that I identify with. So that is a conflict of interest. What is the conflict? The role conflict is there. My role as a judge and my vested interest in that case. This may come in it. It is called conflict of interest. Okay. So to creating a, so in order to overcome this kind of bias, that okay, he was biased. What is bias? The kind of prejudice that I am more biased in favor of one party than other party if my vested interest is there. So that is the reason why, in order not to get the blame, many judges step down when they come across such conflict of interest. This is the key word, conflict of interest. Okay, and to eliminate, to avoid bias, allegations of bias, prejudice. So he has heard the case with a prejudice, and he has passed the orders in favor of such a party with a view to benefit that party, because he was prejudiced to benefit that party. This is what they mean. So that is the why they want to step down. The other conflict of interest can be in many ways. Like I said, holding shares in a company, that a litigant to having prior or personal association with the party involved in the case. Let us say he is your relative, the judge's relative, okay, a judge's friend, or a company has come before me in which I have invested my shares. So I would like to give some positive judgment or judgment in favor of that party, because if that company serves my shares also, will get appreciation and benefit. I will benefit financially. So that can be conflict of interest of the judge. So either friend, relative, or interested party or something pecuniary benefit, personal gain of the judge who is presiding over the case. So in such cases, they may step down and saying that I will not hear this case because I may be alleged of bias. If I give any judgment tomorrow, they may think that I'm biased in favor of X person to benefit particular person. So this is the what is called recuse. Now, why there is a, so can they say no to preside or to conduct hearing and refuse to preside over a case that has come before hearing? After all, judges are meant to hear the case and decide the case, right? Give the judgment, deliver the judgment. So do they have a choice? Yes, they have a choice in the sense, if there is a conflict of interest, they have to step down, as is examined earlier. So the practice also says for the due process of law that nobody can be judged in your own case. Supposing he is my relative, he is my brother, he is my family member, he is my uncle, or the property is connected to me, this company which is, I have my shares in this company. So I cannot judge my own case in that sense. It becomes my case. So no one can be judged his own case. That is the dictum, judiciary dictum in the jurisprudence. So you cannot be judge of your own case because you are likely to be biased and prejudiced in favor of your own case. Another instance for recusal is when an appeal is filed in the Supreme Court against the judgment of a High Court that may have been delivered by the Supreme Court judge when she was in the High Court. So when an appeal is filed in the Supreme Court against the judgment of High Court that may have been delivered by the Supreme Court judge when she was in the High Court. So, for example, I decided a case. Okay. Again, at High Court, I am the judge, I am deciding the case. Supposing I go to Supreme Court, again the same case comes to me in an appeal there. I should not be the judge because I've already decided the case. I gave judgment. Now again, I should not be the judge to decide the matter in the same case. Okay. Let us say there is a case of the right to property. That's a property case. It has come before me. Now I have given a judgment in favor of A. Now the B will go in an appeal in the Supreme Court. By the time I am also transferred and become a judge in the Supreme Court, and the matter will come before me, but I have decided already in the High Court. So I should not be the judge again. So this is again, I should recuse from hearing this case. Recusal. So I have a right to recuse when an appeal is filed. Okay. Then what is the process of for recusal? The decision to recuse generally comes from judge herself. So you see, when I know that my interest or something related to me is involved, tomorrow somebody may find there is a connection between that case and my involvement or my interest is involved. Somebody will find allegation and if proved correct, I can be stripped of my functions or I may face disciplinary charges because that quid pro can be established. If I say subject to my judgment, I am getting benefited. So this kind of vested interest can be proved. If it's proved later, I will be punishable or there will be disciplinary action against me. I'll get a bad name, stigma, defamation. So why should I get this? So therefore, they tend to step out. It's a matter of conscience. When I know that this case is known to me, this is the way. Let us say, now I'm hearing a case. Let's say there's a dispute of a property of a college in which I studied. So I have a bias for my college, after all, or university where I studied. It is my alma mater. So I may be favorably disposed towards that and may give a benefit to that. So it's a matter of conscience, not to have a bias. So when I know that I can be biased, I better step down and say recusal to hear that case. So, okay, that is called process of recusal. And it rests on the conscience and discretion of the judge to disclose any potential conflict of interest. When I sense that, no, here is a case, my relative case is coming up, he is expecting me to give judgment. But if I sit here, I may be biased. People may also find making allegations. People may find this nexus of the vested interest. and my career will be ruined. So better I warn or tell my colleagues or tell my Chief Justice or judge that, Your Honor, I cannot judge this case because I happen to know this person. So let the other judge be appointed. So then that is done. So that is what we mean by when there is a conflict of interest or any discretion can be used or conscience. There is no permit. Now, some people may think, oh, it's a good opportunity to help your relative. Nepotism, favoritism. No, judges should be above that. They should be impartial, neutral, objective, and always should do what is right as per the law. Right? It has nothing to do with likes or dislikes, personal favors, disfavors, and so on. In some circumstances, lawyers or parties in the case bring it up before the judge. You see, a judge can become a judge after 10 years of advocate service, lawyer service. So during his practice as a lawyer, before he became judge, he would have dealt that case. And now, when I became judge, again there is some dispute about the same case. It is coming before me, so that I will become interested party. As an advocate, I argue. Now, because of my judge position, I may become biased. So in the same case, whether I was a party, one of the party helping my client, and now I become judge. So I should not hear this, in which I appeared as an advocate to defend that one client. If a judge recuses, the case is lifted before. So if I say I cannot hear this case, I want to step down, then it will go to the Chief Justice for allotment to a fresh bench. So if I say I cannot hear, if a judge says I cannot hear, then it will go to Chief Justice again. There will be delay, of course, and again, Honorable Chief Justice will allot to another my colleague or another judge. That is the meaning of that. There are no formal rules governing revision. It is not written in the Constitution. Okay, it is not written in the Constitution. Which of the cases you have to recuse? There is no such condition in the Constitution. Okay, it is a matter of conscience. Also, today we see that some of the judges are very afraid of hearing some cases, or are hesitant to hear some cases out of the consequences that may arise. They fear victimization, they fear retaliation, they fear being targeted. They don't want to take that risk. No, that is not correct. You should be above that. You should work for the Constitution, you should work for the judiciary. And judiciary is independent and above everything. It's the rule of law. We should not act with any partisan interest. These are the issues. So there are no formal rules governing revision. Although several Supreme Court judgments have dealt with this issue. Let's see what are those. Ranjit Thakur versus Union of India in 1987, they said that Supreme Court, the test of the likelihood of bias is the reasonableness of the apprehension in the mind. Supposing he is expecting a favor from me, my client, or the two parties are coming before, and one party is expecting any favor or benefit, then it is nothing but there is a bias. The other party will feel that, oh, he knows that person, therefore the judge may be in his favor. So there's an apprehension about the bias of the judge. He thinks that this judge is favorably disposed to A. The B party may say A is disposed to A, and there's an apprehension. There's a reasonable apprehension of bias. Then there's a strong case for recusal. So that bias should not be harbored, neither by the two parties nor by the judge himself who is hearing. Proper approach for the judge is not to look at his own mind and ask himself, honestly, am I biased? But to look at the mind of the party before him. So A and B are the two parties. More than myself, I should look at them and what they are thinking about me. What is their interpretation of my reputation? Do they treat me as impartial, objective, neutral, and judge integrity? That is also very important. And then the reasonableness of the two parties. And if there is any bias, that all should be examined. So judge should ask his own question. Am I biased? I am not biased, then go ahead. No recusal. In the 1999 Charter, restatement of values in judicial life. So there are ethical codes. So there are certain cases where judges, without giving a reason, recused from those cases. So the recusal from those cases without assigning a valid reason or giving a reason orally also raises doubts of the people. Why is he hesitant to hear? What is he avoiding? Why is he going away from the case instead of performing his duty? After all, his obligation is towards Constitution. Judge is there to decide the case, hear the dispute, and deliver the judgment. So he should perform his constitutional obligation and duty. Can he withdraw from that and say, I will not hear at will? Can he do it? Okay, without assigning a reason. Like supposing there's a reason like conflict of interest, yes, because that company has my shares, then that's the reason. He is my relative, that's the reason. But without any assigning reason, if you are withdrawing, why are you shying away from the duty? It is called amounting to abdication of responsibility, negligence towards duty, abandoning of your constitutional duty. It's a serious allegation in that sense. So a judge shall not hear and decide a matter in a company in which he holds share unless he has disclosed interest and no objection to his hearing and deciding in the matter is raised. So he shall not hear wherever there is interest is involved, and he should disclose such affiliation or connection or any kind of vested conflict of interest that he is having. My role of judge is interfering with my vested interest in that case. If there is this conflict of this interest and that interest, my judge's interest and the vested interest both are in the conflict, then it is better that they should not conduct such cases. That is the ethical guidelines. Can a judge refuse to recuse? Yes, once a recused is made for recusal, decision was there. Okay. Now in 2019, Justice Arun Mishra had refused to recuse himself from a constitution. Now there is the other way around. Some people refuse to recuse. Recuse is stepping down, refusing to hear the case. Refusing to hear the case. Refusing to recuse. These are the cases of refusing to recuse. Okay. So, controversial refuse to recuse himself from a constitution bench set up to re-examine judgment he had delivered. See, like I gave the example, in Telangana High Court, I heard the case. Let us say, I am a judge. I heard the case. Now I became judge of High Court, Supreme Court, let's say after 2 years. Again, the same case has come before me. Then I should not hear this case because I'm already biased. I delivered a judgment. Again, there's a danger that I will favor the same party, right? So, but in this case, he has not, he has refused to step aside. He has decided the matter in earlier case in another court. Now the matter has come in an appeal before him. Now he says, I don't want to step down. I will hear this. Means some kind of vested interest. Definitely clear conflict of interest. So you see, there is other way around. Some people say, I don't want to hear because there is a conflict of interest. But there are say, no matter I heard the case, now also I will hear the case. It's a clear case of conflict of interest. But the judges refuse to recuse. These are opposite to what we discussed now. Then in the Ayodhya Ramanuja Janmabhoomi case, Justice U. Lalit recused himself from the Constitution bench after parties brought his attention that he had appeared as a lawyer in a criminal case. So in a Ram Janmabhoomi earlier, as an advocate, he had appeared. Now, again, the matter came when he became judge in Ayodhya Ram Janmabhoomi. Then the party said, Your Honor, you were a lawyer when you appeared as an advocate. Now the matter is before you that you are adjudicating or conducting the hearing and presiding over that case. This same case has been, you have argued for a particular client as a lawyer, as a part of your legal duties. So therefore, when this was brought to the notice, he recused himself. Okay. He said, okay, since I was a lawyer at that time, now the same matter has come before me. I was one of the advocates supporting, arguing in favor of a client, defending his right in that criminal case. Now, I cannot hear the same case. When this was brought to his notice, he politely recused himself. So when it was brought to our attention. So this is the right thing to do. But this was something questionable. Refusing to recuse. Okay. Do judges record reason for recusal? Well, they actually should say orally, number one, or inform their colleagues or superiors about as to why they are recusing, that is stepping down from hearing that case or not hearing this case. Why? Since there are no formal rules governing the process, it is often left to individual judges to record the reasons for recusal. Some judges disclose the reasons in open court. In some cases, the reasons are apparent. In some cases, they are very, very apparent that okay, there is a connection between the two. Therefore, they need not say orally also or give it in writing. But there are some cases where they simply say, I will not hear this case. So you should give the reason why you do not hear the case. Do you have a reason to recuse? Yes, but you should give the reasons. So this is very important. Otherwise, what are you afraid of? Judiciary is independent. It should not deliver the judgment without fear or favor. Without fear or favor. No fear, no favor. What are you afraid of? Why are you not performing your duty? Are you not independent? Are you worried about retaliation or threats after your retirement or in your future career? What are you afraid of? Perform your constitutional duty. Independence of the judiciary is the foremost. Constitution is the foremost. Do not go for the outcome of the party or do not worry about the future consequences when you are delivering a judgment. So this was the independence of the judiciary will be questioned by the people if certain judges conveniently escape and say, no, I will not hear this case, I will not hear this, without assigning a valid reason. That is so you should give a reason and it should be acceptable also. So some judges disclose the reason in writing, in open court. I do not want to, they will say the matter has come before me, but since I was already a judge or I heard this case earlier, or it is got some conflict of interest, therefore I hereby recusing myself. So they declare in open court. Some people give it in writing, some people say orally, but not saying anything will raise suspicion, question the integrity of the judge and also independence of the judiciary. That is the serious reason. Why do you recuse without a reason? Explain. In a landmark verdict in 2014, holding that National Judicial Appointments Commission as unconstitutional, Justice Kurian Joseph and Justice Madan Lukur refer to the need for judges to give reasons for refusal to build transparency and help bring the rules to govern. So this in this judgment, in the landmark judgment of the Kurian Joseph and the Justice, both of them have said it would be worthwhile, it is necessary that the judges who are recusing should give the reason. Recusing without a reason raises doubts about the judiciary itself, integrity about your conscience, your conflict of interest, and your independence and your obligation, constitutional obligation to perform the duties as a judge without fear or favor. These are some. Therefore, there's a reason in this Judicial Appointment Commission. They made that give reasons so that they can draft the rules of what is called rules of recusal rules can be drafted so that under what condition they can recuse and under what condition they can hear the case. It will be becoming easy as per the judgment given by the appointment by the Kurian and Joseph and Justice in a given case in the National Judicial Appointments Commission. They said that you must give the reasons in order to show the transparency that I am transparent, I am accountable, I am not refusing to hear simply because of some my whims and fancies or my fear, my suspicion and so on. I should give the valid reason. Okay. So that is the meaning of, and I should be made accountable and transparent. People should know why I am recusing. That is not hearing this case. Why I am not hearing this case? Why I am not hearing the case? I am stepping down from hearing this case, and why? Under what conditions I am recusing? It should be done. So this is what we mean by, and to make myself transparent, known to the people, the reasons, and also accountable. I myself am responsible. I am a responsible judge. So let us say he is a responsible judge. He has this performance obligation, duties. So he should perform this duty as an independent judge to ensure the independence of judiciary. Therefore, that accountability has to be maintained. Okay. So in this case, there are also some cases, like for example, some judges were offered some post after the retirement. Okay. So some people are afraid of retaliation. If they hear that judgment, some people may face any kind of threats or some consequences, or may jeopardize they may have apprehension of some implication on their career. Therefore, without giving reason, sometimes they do not hear. So that clearly undermines the judiciary independence, raises the questions of the integrity of the judiciary. Therefore, not to worry about all this, or don't step aside fearing threat, or supposing I hear this controversial case and deliver a judgment in favor of A, or it goes against the government, I may be victim, or my career will be ruined. If these are the threats they experience, then independence of judiciary is undermined. So integrity, independence of judiciary is the foremost. Your judgment, able to deliver judgment without fear or favor, is the most important. Thank you.